get the staff meeting started. First up, we received a special request from the White House.
What do they need, like moving boxes and stuff?
That's very funny, Mavis. Actually, they want the senator to play the piano and sing at this year's Christmas party for orphans. Only this year they want him to stick to holiday music and not do songs like One is the Loneliest Number.
I didn't know the senator played the piano.
Oh, yeah, he's big time. Had his own band in the 40s.
Guys, whoever's responsible for getting the senator to the floor whenever C-SPAN's there, you've got to remember the checklist, okay? Shirt tucked in, no food stains, fly zipped, and let's not have a repeat of last week's unfortunate incident of toilet paper trailing his shoe.
Good morning, Senator.
There's nothing good about it, Mr. Davis. See what you can do about this.
You got a traffic ticket?
That's correct. This idiot who was impersonating a policeman said that I had made an illegal left turn.
Oh, Senator, I feel terrible. I knew I should have driven you this morning.
No way. I should start driving myself again. That's why I'm rusty. Anyway, I haven't the slightest idea who you are.
Senator, I'm Adam Carlson. I'm the gopher here.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I'm not myself today. I had to show this idiot who was impersonating a policeman my driver's license, and while doing so, I discovered a picture of a man who I have never seen in my life before. Now, Mr. Hartman, can you tell me who that is?
Well, sir, I believe that's just a picture that comes with the wallet. It's probably just a male model.
A male model? Why should I have a picture of a male model in my wallet?
Senator, I wouldn't worry about it. Those kind of pictures come in everybody's wallet. Just most people tend to take them out.
You know, sir, if I'm not mistaken, this is a picture of Tab Hunter.
Who the hell's Tab Hunter?
You never heard of him?
No, I heard of Tab, the soft drink.
Well, see, he used to be a big movie star.
I don't care if it's the King of Siam. I want him out of my wallet.
It's okay, Senator. We're going to take care of it.
Good. Maybe you can take care of Mrs. Smithers, too. She's off on that tangent again of running for my Senate seat. The Washington Post is doing a profile on her, and she's threatening to, as she calls it, hang out all our dirty laundry in public.
Well, I think the staff meeting is over. Thank you. Everyone can go, except for you, Miss Lottie, and Billy Bob. Thank you very much. It sounds like we're going to have to pursue this new development immediately. Tell me, Senator, when exactly was that post-interview scheduled for?
Well, I don't know, Mr. Hartman. Mrs. Smithers hardly communicates with me anymore, except the occasional death threat she leaves in my pajamas.
Let me see if we've got this straight. She wants you to retire so she can run for your Senate seat, and if you don't, she's going to air your dirty laundry in the press.
Actually, I believe she's going to talk about Miss Starr specifically and several other staffers with whom she mistakenly thinks I had intimate relations over the years.
But that's blackmail, isn't it?
No, she's just going to name women.
Senator, would you like me to try to talk to her?
Well, I would, Miss Lottie. But she's always been kind of partial to Mr. Hartman here. A psychological condition I think you yourself know something about.
Well, I wouldn't want to comment on that.
That's the spirit. Deny everything. And whatever you do, always erase the tape. Anyway, I thought Mr. Hartman would be most likely to succeed in dissuading her.
Well, I'll do my best, Senator. I just can't believe Mrs. Smithers is really serious.
Sorry to interrupt, but they're getting ready to vote on part 1 of the grain subsidy bill.
Are you going with me, Miss Davis?
Yes, I am, sir.
Good. If we leave now, we can stop at the company store and I can pick up something from Mrs. Smithers.
Oh, well, what did you have in mind, sir?
Well, she's mad at me, so it has to be something special. I was thinking maybe a dickie with the Capitol dome on it.
Can you believe this? This is a damn disaster. Georgie, man, get on the phone. See if you can find out who she's talking to at the Post.
All right.
So you're going to go over to the House?
Hell yes, I'm going. Forget affairs. Just a wife declaring for her husband's Senate seat is enough to put her on the front page of every major newspaper in the country.
Why is she doing this? I mean, does she hate him that much?
Maybe she just really wants to be senator.
Yeah, but there are 49 other states. I suggest relocation. Maybe we should send her a tape of Northern Exposure.
Look, I think we're going to have to do some damage control on Miss Starr's end, too, so to speak. If the senator's not strong enough to do it himself, then somebody has to convince Dee Dee that it's in the senator's best interest for them to stop seeing each other.
And who might that somebody be?
Well, I was thinking of a woman.
I was actually thinking of 2 women.
Would you like me and Mavis to take her to lunch?
That's right, and make her stop doing whatever it is she does to him when the rest of us aren't around.
And what's in it for us?
2 dickies with the Capitol dome on them.
You know, this is just so much fun. Going out to lunch with the girls. You'd be surprised how few women ask me. I guess they're threatened by my looks or something. That's why I've worked so hard to start my own lingerie business, so people will know I have brains too. You know what gets me mad? Is when there's a woman on the hill who's so ugly, everybody assumes she's smart, when she's not. I just hate it when people skate on their homeliness.
Listen, Miss Starr.
Please, if we're gonna go out to lunch together, I really want you all to call me Dee Dee.
Okay, Dee Dee, you can call me Georgianne.
Really? Okay. Wow, this is neat. We're all like girlfriends. You know what? I'm gonna give you all some free bikini panties in a keychain container before we leave today.
Well, now there's a novelty item.
Well, I'll take them. I could use some extra underwear. I was going through the laundry basket this morning and found I was out.
So what are you wearing?
Well, actually, I'm wearing John's. I didn't have any, so I was going through the laundry basket. His boxer shorts were on top. I was in a hurry, so I put them on. Thank you.
You're wearing Mr. Hartman's underwear? Boy, he's so proper. I bet he wouldn't appreciate that. Unless he's one of those guys who likes to wear yours, too.
No, he's not. Actually, Dee Dee, I hate to mix business with pleasure, but what we wanted to talk to you about was, well, mixing business with pleasure. We just feel that it doesn't work out for the best in an office environment.
Oh, no. You mean people have figured out that you and Mr. Hartman are having an affair?
I think this is going really well so far.
Actually, I was thinking about you and the senator. You know, Dee Dee, he and Mrs. Smithers are going through a really rough time right now. And his re-election in '94 could get really nasty. So the rest of us have decided that he has to avoid even the appearance of sexual impropriety.
Oh, I get it. You mean you want me to stop seeing him after hours?
Yes, that's it, in a nutshell.
Well, sure. If it'll help, I could do that. You know, there's a lot less going on than you might imagine. Mrs. Smithers is just so mean to him, and he's always got to be so stiff and formal at work. A lot of times he just likes to come over and lie around in one of my housecoats, watching TV and eating SpaghettiOs. Or sometimes we jump up and down on the bed, and then he falls asleep. When he wakes up, I tell him he was an animal.
It's really sort of sweet. That's not what I pictured was going on at all.
Yeah, me neither. Boy, that's what you get for having your mind in the gutter.
Well, sometimes that housecoat does ride up in the back. But it's not intentional. You know, it's a real honor for somebody like me, who was just a manicurist at the Beauty Pit in Amarillo, Texas, to be with a United States senator. Somebody who's so important to the American people. Oh, I kind of think of it as my responsibility to make sure he's taken care of. Like when he voted to support the Gulf War, I cooked him his favorite dinner and wore a rhinestone dog collar.
So, in other words, you feel that it's your civic duty to reward the senator?
Well, sure. I'm on the taxpayers' payroll, too. I remember one time when he had a meeting with some homeless activists. By the end, they were crying, and he was crying. I was so moved. I went out and bought a leopard skin teddy with matching biker pants, and I waited for him in the back seat of his car.
Okay, let me get this straight. All this time you've been having an affair with the senator. You've been motivated by patriotism and simple love of country?
Well, of course. Well, what did you think? I was some cheap two-bit floozy?
Well, so what did Miss Starr say?
She said she's going to stop seeing the senator.
You're kidding me.
No, as it turns out, she was only doing it for her country. Apparently, Miss Starr feels that any time a man plays an important role in world events, it's her patriotic duty to throw her skirt up over her head.
That's right. If she had been around when Kennedy avoided the Cuban Missile Crisis, there's no telling what she would have done to him. But then, from what I've read, he probably had a pretty good day anyway.
What, she really said she'd stop seeing him just like that?
That's correct.
That's amazing. Why didn't we ask before?
Well, you boys just don't understand, Miss Starr.
That's right. She's a team player. She's USA all the way.
You girls been acting different since you went to lunch. You seem cockier. Let me smell your breath, Mavis.
Watch it, Billy, or I'll hit you with this keychain, which happens to be loaded with panties.
Isn't there a 7-day waiting period for those things?
Which reminds me, Miss Starr has been telling everyone in the office that you're wearing my underwear today.
I'm sorry. I was fresh out this morning. Anyway, you shouldn't have left them on top of their laundry
I
basket.
can't believe that you would wear my boxer shorts to work and then run around bragging about it.
I tell you, that is cold. It's a sad day in America when a man has to keep his underwear under lock and key.
Yeah. If you need us, we'll be outside.
That's right. We did our job. And now you just be sure to have those little Capitol Dome dickies on our desk by sundown.
Underwear snatcher.
Adam, I'm watching the senator on C-SPAN. Can you see him? That's right. He just voted. Mavis is with him. There's a little something stuck on his shoe. I think it's some more of that damn toilet paper. Somebody needs to always follow him out of the bathroom. What? The way we usually do it. Short straw loses. Right. All right then, bye.
How are you, John?
Oh, fine.
Would you like a drink?
No, I have to get back to work. That grain subsidy bill is coming up for a vote tonight.
Oh, yes, I know all about the grain subsidy bill. I've been following it closely in the newspaper, figuring out how I would vote if I was sitting in Strobe's seat. But, of course, that's exactly where you don't want my cute little bottom sitting, isn't it?
Well, I don't really think where you put your, you know, is any of my business. With all due respect to you and it.
We've known each other a long time, John.
Yes.
I've always liked you. In fact, you're one of the few people on the staff I do like. I mean, you're not smug and full of self-importance like the rest of them.
Well, I don't know what to say.
That's why I like you. Everybody in Washington knows what to say, but you don't. You're a listener. You're kind, you're sweet, and apparently totally unaware that I find you very, very attractive.
Me? You're kidding. Robert, you know, I think I will have that drink.
The point is, I have paid my dues. I have been a really good soldier. You know, it wasn't easy winning the Miss Tennessee pageant. I mean, I had this space and kinky hair.
Well, you never know. Now those braces really did the job.
There weren't a lot of options for girls then. I mean, the best way to get out of Sparta was to marry somebody who stopped to get gas. Or go the beauty pageant route. Oh, you can imagine how awful some of those pageants were. But I did it, and I never complained. Just like I never complained about being a senator's wife and giving teas for wives of pecan moguls. Do you think it's easy dealing with that pompous staff or those 3 little hellions from Strobe's first marriage? Do you think I enjoy being relegated to rolling bandages or reading to shut-ins or sitting on podiums with nothing to do but smile? Hell, I'm tired of smiling. I've been smiling since 1957. Now I want to accomplish something.
Well, have you ever thought about getting yourself a hobby? I think you'd really like golf.
Well, I may bat some balls around. But I can assure you it's not going to be on the golf course.
Listen, I hope when you do that post interview that you're not going to say anything foolish.
Do you know what it's like, John, to get all of your identity through a man?
No, I guess I don't.
To lie on your back in the dark for 30 years and never once say until recently, "Not tonight, darling, I'm having a hot flash"?
These are rhetorical questions, right?
The point is, you know all those career women who are running for public office now? They're independent. They're strong. They've been calling their own shots for years. But none of them deserve to be in the United States Senate more than I do. And when I get Strobe's seat, I can point to it with pride and say, I got it the old-fashioned way. I earned it.
Well, actually, Mrs. Smithers.
Please call me Mary Fran.
All right, Mary Fran, you asked me for my opinion, and I'm going to tell you. I think it's crazy, this idea you have about running for the senator's office. First of all, I know sometimes he gets confused, but he's still a damn good senator. And secondly, he's not finished yet.
You know, John, I joined a woman's group recently, and we don't just sit around rolling bandages. We talk about female power and female sexuality and claiming our sexual entitlement.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Oh, come on. It's always the innocent-looking ones like you who are the really naughty boys. I'm right, aren't I?
No, I think you got the wrong guy here.
No, I don't. I know you. You're naughty.
No, I'm not. And I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I really hate the way you say that word.
Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Okay, that's it. I'm good. Thank you for the drink. I'm out of here.
You know, these past few years, I've looked the other way while Strobe had his little indiscretions. Oh, our sex life was wonderful at first. But with his busy schedule, Strobe became more of a hi-ho, silver, slam, bam, thank you, ma'am, let's get the horse back in the barn kind of guy.
Listen, that's between you and the senator. I really don't want to know about horses and barns.
What I want now is my turn. And I'm looking for a man who gives a lot of attention to detail. A real nook and crannies guy. Do you think I'm asking for too much?
I think it's really warm in here.
You're adorable. You know, I could just eat you up. Are you serious about anyone?
Dead serious.
Oh, I bet I can make you feel as good as she does. How does she make you feel?
Like she's the sun, the moon, and all the stars rolled into one, and I have to keep my lips on her face in order to get oxygen.
Maybe not.
Look, Mrs. Smithers.
I told you. Call me Mary Fran.
Okay, Mary Fran. What I really think is you're doing insane a lot of things right now you don't really mean.
Such as?
Such as, I don't think if you were really yourself, you'd be over there with your legs up like that so I could see all the way to China. Not that China isn't a beautiful country.
I can get you a passport tonight.
Well, you're a very attractive woman, and I'm flattered. But more importantly, I'm taken, really. And even if I wasn't, we couldn't, because the bottom line is one of us loves the senator, and it looks like it's me.
Your wife is an extremely beautiful woman, Senator.
Yes. Well, she cut quite a figure in her younger days. She still does, as a matter of fact. I met her when I was a judge in a beauty contest. In fact, I was the only judge. As far as I was concerned, she was the only contestant. Her legs came out from behind the curtain before she did. And they were so impressive that I thought I didn't give a damn what the rest of her looked like. Then I saw the rest of her. And the rest is history. I'll never forget. She sang As Time Goes By. And she was so scared she was shaking. And that was even sweeter than the song.
You talk like a man who's still in love.
I've done some stupid things, Miss Lottie. Neglected my wife. Made some big mistakes. We both did. Things you can't take back.
There is such a thing as starting over. I know. I just did it.
In case you haven't noticed, I have a few years on you. In fact, I'm an old man. I forget things. I forgot how to drive. Maybe I've even forgotten what it's like to be in love.
Well, then let me remind you. It's the most wonderful feeling in the world. You walk around all day enveloped in this beautiful pink cloud of contentment, and you feel sorry for anyone else on earth who isn't you. And if a tree should fall on your car or your house should burn down, it doesn't mean anything more than a mosquito bite, because you know in a few moments you're going to be held again by the most loving, kindest hands that ever held anyone, the way you haven't been held since you were a baby.
And if you're a woman, you feel the most feminine you've ever felt, even wearing his boxer shorts.
And every seemingly inadequate thing you ever thought of saying is suddenly greeted with applause and approval and laughter. And every day the sky seems a little bluer and the sunset's a little more fiery, and every living, growing thing seems to be an unspoken celebration of your love. And there's this light, this inner glow that just keeps getting brighter and brighter inside you. And the closer you get to the flame, the more it takes your breath away. Until your hands and your lips come together again and caress and finally fall silent as one.
Oh, yes. Now I remember.
Oh, of course, that wasn't me talking. I read that in a Harlequin romance. Except the part about the boxer shorts.
Of course. You know, Miss Lottie, you're the kind of girl men go over cliffs for because they think they can fly. As a matter of fact, I think I saw Mr. Hartman flapping his arms this morning. Don't be embarrassed. If I were 30 years younger, I'd be flapping mine too. In fact, I think I may do it anyway. Thank you. Hello.
I had some company today. John came by to see me.
I know.
I made a pass at him.
I forgive you.
You're acting strange. What's the matter with you?
Nothing. Someone just reminded me what it's like to fall in love. And I thought I'd like to try it one more time before I die.
If this is a ploy to get me not to run for your Senate seat, it won't work.
Oh, hell. You can run for president for all I care. I'm not going to talk anymore. We've talked too much already.
What are you doing? Strobe Smithers, have you been drinking?
No, I've been driving. And I'm going to keep on driving. Because when you stop doing things, you forget how. Now sit down here. I'm going to play the piano, and after we're through, we'll see how we feel.
Why?
Because sometimes you have to start over. That's why. Now shut up and sing. And try not to shake this time.
You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say, I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings, as time goes by.